This is Raoul Bishay from Bishay Photography, and this is Bishay Tech Tip of the Week. Thank you for being with me. Today, I just gonna have a quick topic, and it's gonna be some of the new feature in Adobe 2022. You can reach me at raouf@raoufbishay.com if you need me, but also make sure to visit us in the Bloomington photoclub.org, and that is our photo club that I'm belonging to, and one of the largest in Indiana. And you can go in there to that website and just browse through it, and you're welcome to attend one of the general meeting. Well, okay, thank you, and let's go in and start Photoshop. I already started. I'm gonna be very fast this week because I'm traveling. But this is Photoshop. I already preloaded some images, and I'm gonna look at the new feature in Photoshop. I talked about this before, which is an object select. So I'm gonna go ahead and do an object select, and you will notice this is running for a little bit, and I'm gonna let it run. And here is the object. I'm gonna select that object, and all I have to do is just click in it to select it. I'm not gonna go to refine and so forth, which you can, but in this case, I wanna move it to a different photo. So I'm gonna move it to the next photo down here, and I'm just gonna let go with here. So here is mine. I'm gonna do Command T, so I can bring the box in. I'm gonna keep it Shift, and I'm gonna just make it a little bit bigger so we can see the difference. Obviously, this guy in here does not match the background at all. So what we want to do is want him to match the background. So one of the new features that's available in here is to go to filter and a neural filter. And one of the neat thing, it's a harmonization. Okay, it's a, okay, you want to do this. What layer do you want to select? You got to select a layer. Well, I want to match my subject with the background. That's what I'm going to select. And here you go. In just a few seconds, this is went in and selected, and it matches the background. Now you can play with all this slider and change the color and make it any way for your liking. You know what I mean? But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just showing where it is and what does it do and how it affects the photo. But all these slides are available to you because it's just basically it's a layer. Say, where do you want to put it? If I say I want to put it in new layer, let's just put it into the default again. Okay, I'm gonna say okay. And you can see now that I have it in its own layer, and I can do anything that I can do in layers. Okay, let's just get to the third item here. Let me get out of there. I don't want to save this. Okay, so this is a scene in here. I actually took this out of my backyard during the leafy change when it changed color, and it looks so beautiful. Okay, but anyhow, so this is what it is in here. I'm going to go back again to my filter, and I'm going to go to neural filters, and this time I'm going to play with something called landscape. I'm going to turn the landscape on, and what you can do with this is you change the landscape to anything else. So you look at this landscape and say, okay, what is this will look like under these circumstances? For example, I want to take the color out of this. So you click in it, and you just wait until it's done. And and how do you want it? Do you want to make a new layer or the same layer? So let's go in here and do something crazy. How about this one? See what happened here. All right. I'm going to do filter, neural filter, landscape on. And here it is. No, let's say that I do not like this. Let's see what looks like in the winter. Here what it looks like in the winter. Okay, how about under this sunset? Or you can custom. So custom, you can select it from a different image in your computer, for example, you know what I mean? And you select what is that image is, and it will take the color out of it. Let's say select this image in here. This is what I want to use. Use this image for color. And here it is. It's just as simple as that. Let's go back again to the preset. Check that one. And that's very quick. Of course, you can after that adjust it anywhere you want it. So you can see in here that you can adjust the sunset. You can adjust the spring. You can adjust the summer, autumn. You can preserve the subject, harmonize the subject with what's going on, and so forth. So this is a quick way to do this. And I'm going to actually do one more thing in here. I'm going to say cancel this. I don't want to do this. But also, you can colorize things. So if you go to filter, neural filter, that's another one of my favorite, by the way. And you go to colorized, and here you go. You got new colors, and you are absolutely, you can select a profile if you wanted to. Like there is this old one that's already been done for you, and you can just take them as an example. Here you go. Or you can do ratio bright, ratio high contrast, and so forth. But also, once you reach something, that does not mean you stick in it. This is just a layer. So you can also play with the saturation. You can play with the color. You can play with the profile strength, whether you want it too strong or less strong, and so forth. And once you finish with it and you say, okay, this is just another layer that you can do anything that you want to do with. This is a very short video to show you this, and I hope you really enjoyed that. As I said, I'm going to be traveling, so I'm in a hurry today. But just go ahead and look at the neural filter. There is a whole lot of stuff in there you can do with the neural filter, from super zoom to colorizing, style transfer, and so forth. One more thing I guess I should mention also is they have brought back something that's important that used to be lacked for the last few ones. If you go to stellarize, and now they have oil paint, but the oil paint to go much faster because it's use the GPU, which is a graphic process, rather than the CPU. And if you zoom in this, you can see that it looks like it was painted with oil. By the way, that's one of the filters that I used long time ago in one of my Nile photograph, and basically taking the photo and it looks like somebody actually painted with oil. Well, thank you for attending to this and to the next session. Hopefully next week I'll be able to do this. You go ahead and look at it, and if you have any question, please let me know. Thank you and goodbye.